It is a tricky separation between supreme self-belief and narcissism. Many bosses cross that line and become all about how great, smart and special they are. This is the well-trodden philosophy of pick me for the top job road to success. Huge confidence and huge ego often come as a package. It can be a nasty pairing, obnoxious and pathetically shallow. Konnichiwa and welcome to the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan. We're broadcasting from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, where 1 in 10 residents are the president of a company. So this is a good place to talk about leadership. As it turns out, at the moment in Tokyo, we have many people down with influenza. This has become very, very challenging for companies, very challenging for businesses. So the whole aspect of being the boss who looks after others becomes very important. But today, we're talking about the rather opposite problem. Anyway, we'll get to that. This podcast is now 240 episodes in, and from the beginning was trying to help leaders in Japan better engage their team, better motivate the troops, build capacity in the team, grow the business through people power. So if we think about all of those things, how's that going for you in your business? Now, I do multiple podcasts a week, and this has been a bit of a struggle this last week because I've had the flu, so I managed to crank them out just. But I do a podcast on sales called the Sales Japan series. I do another one on presentations called the Presentations Japan series. But this one on leadership, we bring it out every week, Wednesday night, midnight, flu or otherwise. Now, this particular program today is coming to you from our Leadership Training for Managers course. Excellent program, very solid program. Deals with all the key aspects of leadership you'll ever need to know or you'll need your leaders to know. It also, a bit unique, it has an innovation project built right in the middle of it. So as people are not only learning how to innovate and plan, they get to use it during the process of the course. So at the end, you get people come out with not only good training on how to be better leaders, they also come out with an actual ready-to-go innovation project plan for you when they're presenting the results to you at the end of the program. So very, very good value there. Now, Japan is a tricky place for leaders. If you'd like to get fully powered up in Japan as a leader, maybe I can help you. Just contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Also, you'll find our website, japan.dalecarnegie.com. We have lots and lots of stuff there for you, which you find very helpful. I do a TV program on YouTube. It comes out Tuesdays, and you'll find that Cutting Edge Japan Business Show very, very helpful. Actually, episode 14 came out yesterday. We also have on our Japan Dale Carnegie TV YouTube channel 580 videos, so there's lots of stuff there for you to pick from. It's all free. Check it out. And for those who are interested in sales, then get my new book, Japan Sales Mastery. This is the Bible of how to sell in Japan. Now, before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is very opportune. Someone's worried about your health, a lot of coughing, sneezing, wheezing, high temperatures, fevers going around at the moment. You might ask somebody, are you okay? Are you all right? And presumably if you're healthy, you can say, yeah, I'm okay. Don't worry, I'm okay. Shinpai shinaide. Shinpai shinaide. Don't worry, I'm okay. I'm all right, don't worry, I'm okay. Shinpai shinaide. Shinpai shinaide. I'm okay. Shinpai shinaide. Well, as mentioned, this is episode number 240, and today we are talking about me. Leaders. Know any of those? Getting to the very top of a company is a zero-sum game where you either make it or you don't. There are winners, losers, and wannabes. For the highly ambitious, the efforts start early. Often from childhood, they have self-selected themselves to become the leader. To earn their spot at the top, they have to show they can shine as they make their way up through the ranks. They shine all right. In fact, they shine all the light on themselves to make sure they eventually get the top seat. They are selfish, self-centered, self-promoting, and out of date. The world of work has moved. Sheer will, dominance of others, baring of teeth, and the pointed display of claws isn't as important as it once was. In the modern firm, we need to see teams working well together, both internally, at the section level, and at the broader level of a total company-wide team effort. This requires an aspirant for the big job to have a greater degree of big picture vision and a strong sense of holistic responsibility for the entire fleet rather than your own little rowboat. This is not how we have been developed in the past, though, and so old habits are hard to break. The golden rule of bosses in the past was simple. Anything that went well was all my own work. Anything that crashed and burned was the fault of others. Claiming credit for everything, attaching your name to successful projects when you actually hardly contributed anything, and widespread sucking up to the top echelon was de rigueur. It is a tricky separation between supreme self-belief and narcissism. Many bosses cross that line and become all about how great, smart, and special they are. This is the well-trodden philosophy of pick me, for the top job road to success. Huge confidence and huge ego often come as a package. It can be a nasty pairing, obnoxious and pathetically shallow. In our companies, we need leaders who others want to follow, who can engage the team and get everyone playing to their full strength. Think about it. If you are not engaged, you don't care about innovation and making things run better around here. You become disengaged, which in reality is encouraging a form of self-centered selfishness. Leaders who are all about themselves kill motivation, commitment, and engagement. As an aspirant leader, though, you may think you have to be constantly self-promoting yourself to go forward. Now, where do you suppose you learnt that model of behaviour from? Probably your ever upward, elbows at the ready, take all the credit, scrambling boss. If we want engaged, creative staff, we have to give them leaders who are prepared to recognise others for their good work. Hogging the limelight and monopolising successes doesn't breed any respect from those below. They are not stupid. What they see is that they are considered expendable, that their efforts are being taken for granted and their successes are being looted by their boss. When this is the case, we are not likely to leap out of bed on a chilly morning and rush down there to work like a demon for the cause. The boss gains staff engagement to the degree they make their team members feel valued. To make them feel valued means putting the spotlight on the team and what they have accomplished. It means being someone focused on the success of others and believing that in their success lies our own success. These days, bosses can't bully their team members. If they do, the power harassment charges will be flying around fast. They therefore can't use fear as a tool to the extent it worked in the past. There's an old saying that you get further by giving people honey rather than vinegar, and it is even more true today. Playing to the strength of individuals makes more sense than tearing strips off people who struggle with aspects of their work. Our motivation to get better at tasks is critical. When we fail and then have the boss rub our noses in that failure, we can easily feel weak and as if we can't do the job. The boss's role is to create the opportunity for staff self-improvement and for them to grow their internal motivation rather than grow the scope of the boss's personal aggrandizement of others' results. Recognizing our people is a big part of this transformation needed for the me to we boss. We need to understand that the top executives are all looking for leaders who can produce staff motivation. Yes, motivation is an internal game, but the boss creates the ecosystem for it to flourish in others. The big bosses need to hear about the terrific efforts of your subordinates to fully appreciate you as a leader. Hogging all the glory for yourself is counterproductive. At the best, it means they can't promote you. They can't move you because there is no one under you talented enough to take over. This is your own fault, by the way. At its worst, you just identify yourself as a selfish, limelight-hogging bore who is destined for nothing much in particular. Ambition for yourself is fine, but ambition to become as helpful as possible to the team and produce the next generation of leaders is finer. Me, move to we, as the focus works much better. Staff developing skills and maintaining courage in the face of fire are directly related back to the attitude of the boss. Exceptional people will shine, regardless of what any boss does to them, simply because they are exceptional. They have many choices, are totally mobile, and will go where the best opportunities are to be found. It is the other 99% who need our help to become as great as they can possibly become. Talking up a storm about ourselves and how awesome we are? Or are we talking about our staff in glowing terms? Simple choice, really. Which one of these bosses are you now, and which one will you be in a year's time? Is it going to be 20 years of leadership experience or 1 year of leadership experience 20 times? Time for the focus to be properly adjusted to where it needs to be, and that is off the boss and on to the team members. If you got value from today's show, brought to you by the Leadership Training for Managers course, tell your family, friends and colleagues, anyone close to you think might benefit from this information. Let's get your leaders really leading. Contact me. Send me an email to greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Lots of free stuff at our website, japan.dalecarnegie.com. Lots of free training on our YouTube channel, Japan Dale Carnegie TV. Check out my other podcast, the Presentation Japan series, the Sales Japan series, wherever you get your podcast. Watch the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, comes out every Tuesday. Buy my new book, The Bible, Japan Sales Mastery. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable from today, put it into action, and take your leadership potential into the stratosphere.